What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. Can you believe Willian wants to leave Arsenal? I mean, he wants to return to Chelsea, and he's played, to be honest, this season like he's wanted to be at Chelsea the whole time. So I'm not too surprised. Would Chelsea even take him back? That is the question. Will I am more like Will I ain't, says Brado. And you're right on that one. Definitely Will I ain't settings. Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Willian the fraud. I think we'd have been better off with Will I am the music artist off The Voice, man. He would have probably done better than this guy. Chelsea got too many wingers. Big up Samuel. Afternoon, Curtis. Big up yourself, mate. We'll look at the England squad as well. And, who Gareth Southgate has picked. We'll also look a bit deeper into this Willian story. And there's news of Edu as well, who is potentially being said that he could leave Arsenal Football Club this summer. A bit of an investigation going on into Edu from the Brazilian Football Federation. No Wan-Bissaka, Maddison or Tomori. Gareth Southgate, bro. Gareth Southgate. Where's the Pepe background? Yeah, I had to go back to the legends, man. We'll mix it up over the summer, Southgate out. Yes, big up, man. Bye, Willian. Do you do refunds? Listen, I'm not sure they're going to want him back. That's the question. Let's have a look at this Willian story, people. Let's get into it. Very cheeky, really, this. Very cheeky. He should be thanking his lucky stars that Arsenal even signed him. And then when you look at how he's played this season, the guy's very lucky, man. Big up, Curtis. No one has told Willian that Chelsea have changed the locks. I'm telling you, he can't get back in that ground. Whereas Bamford, we'll get into that. Big up, C. Willian is gone. Chelsea taking our cast-offs by Willian. Listen, Chelsea aren't stupid. They're not taking him back. They'll look at him now and go, this guy's finished. Kia Jarapchin settings, man. The story was reported this morning by Sky Sports News. Willian may have played his last game for Arsenal, with the Brazilian winger understood to be keen on a return to Stamford Bridge. I actually think this is disrespectful from him to say this because, let's be honest, Chelsea ain't signing him back. Chelsea have got who? Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech. They've got, sometimes they play Werner out wide. Mount can play wide. There's no way on earth they're going to take Willian back on an even bigger wage than what they let him go on. There's no chance. So it's all right him saying, I want to play for Arsenal, mate, but it's not the reality, is it? I'm sitting here watching Arsenal games. You can say all you want that you want to go to Chelsea. You ain't going to Chelsea, bro. That ship has sailed. Man just wants to stay in London and, keep the restaurant going. You might as well go to Fulham or one of them teams. Picasso will be gutted if he goes. The funny thing is, when we, let me show you the next page of the story when you click on it. So it says this. Willian is keen on a return to Chelsea. He may have played his last game for Arsenal, with the Brazilian winger understood to be keen on a return to Stamford Bridge. Last summer, Chelsea worked hard to extend the 32-year-old's contract, but were unwilling to offer him a 3-year deal, leading to his move as a free agent to North London. I mean, typical Arsenal. Don't worry, we'll bail you out. We'll give you the 3-year contract. Rising Baller said, I still rate Willian. I don't think you will have much company in that assessment. Although you have to ask the question why Arsenal have ruined him so much when he had a good final season at Chelsea. However, after less than a year at the Emirates and just one goal in 37 appearances, I mean, take that in, people. One goal in 37. Alisson, the Brazilian Liverpool goalkeeper, has the same amount of goals as Willian. Just take that in. Alisson, the goalkeeper, has the same amount of goals as Willian, a guy we've got on nearly 200 grand a week, 37 appearances in an attacking position. Oh, mate. Willian is understood to be keen to consider a new challenge. A number of clubs in Europe, along with David Beckham's MLS side Inter Miami, are working hard to sign the Brazilian. But Sky Sports has learned that a return to Stamford Bridge would be his number one choice. Willian is presently contracted until the summer of 2023. Let's just get one thing clear with this comment. he can't play for this football club ever again, in my opinion now. So if they find themselves in a situation whereby they haven't got a move sorted out for him, you can't bring him back now. You've said too much. You're actually coming out telling us you want to go back to Chelsea. The Arsenal fans had already had enough of Willian. This ends it now. He has to go. So even if they have to write another check and do another Henrik Mkhitaryan, whereby we've got to pay you money to leave, they're gonna have to take the hit. It hasn't worked. You've given him a contract that isn't realistic, and they're gonna have to get him out. I said he's not Brazilian, he's from Botswana. I mean, when I say sell, I don't think anybody will actually buy him. I think we will have to pay him to leave. I think it will be a free transfer. I can't see a team in the MLS being able to pay a transfer fee and the huge wage that he's going to be on as well, with salary caps and things like that. He's talking about Chelsea. Let's be honest, people. Chelsea will not go anywhere near Willian, you know. They're not stupid. They knew when they got rid of him, you know, we've got somebody off the books here that needed to go, and Arsenal have been silly enough to come and give the guy a 3-year deal. So there's no chance of him going there. I just think, I look in, I think, how is he not counting his lucky stars that he's even at Arsenal? You know, I know the season hasn't gone well for him, but he isn't going to get a club as big as us. But it is what it is. It said, Curtis, if Arsenal receive 5 million or even 1 million, Arsenal should take it. Remember, he was a free transfer. Listen, even if it's a free, just get him out. Just get him out of the door. Arteta is right. There are elements that are trying to troll Arsenal. This makes no sense. But he signed him. Or did he sign him, you know? Did he sign him or did Edu? Did Edu get this deal done? Because it's a strange one. It is a strange one. 1 year, hasn't hardly played at the back end of the season, and now they're talking about him going, and he's actively, openly talking about he wants to go back to Chelsea. In my opinion, Willian will never play another game for Arsenal. If he does, it's a joke. I wouldn't even let him come back for pre-season. You can't be coming out saying things like that publicly while you're still at the club. I know Alexis Sanchez said after 1 day's training at United, he wanted to go back to Arsenal, but he'd already left Man United at the time. It's a little bit different then. Total disrespect to the club, 100%. You know, we backed him. We gave him the 3-year contract. It's not our fault that he's on the bench. You've come in, you've had an absolute nightmare. He's got no one to blame but himself. 1 goal in 37 games. Liverpool's goalkeeper's got the same amount of goals as you, bruv. You can't complain. Willian should have 7-8 goals easily. He's got the talent. He's got the shooting ability. He doesn't look that interested to me. I've never looked at Willian and felt like he really wants to be at Arsenal. David Luiz, for all his faults, right? I felt like the day David Luiz came through the door, he was like, right, that's it. Chelsea wanted me out. I've gone. I'm an Arsenal man now. Yeah, I always felt that with David Luiz. Full commitment. You know, he was saying London is red and lifting up the trophy. I felt that passion with David Luiz. Fair play to him. He adopted Arsenal as his club, in my opinion. Willian, no chance, mate. This was a hotel to him. It wasn't his house. He just came and stayed here because it was convenient for him because of the restaurant. You know, he'd done a Salt Bay on us in the middle of the season. And get him out. Get him out, people. There's no way back for him. Willian, I don't want to see him play for the club ever again. And like I said, fair play to David Luiz. He fully adopted us as his club, and I do respect him for that. I think David Luiz is a gunner. But this guy is a mercenary. This is what you call an agent. Proper Chelsea agent, came here to sabotage us. Get him out the door. I don't want to see him play for Arsenal ever again. I don't even want to see him on the training ground. Let's be honest, it was a massive mistake, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. Willian did an Airbnb. I'm telling you, just used us for a year. Needed a place to stay, man. Chelsea kicked him out the house. He was homeless. Just booked a little Airbnb at the Emirates for 12 months, man. Get him out. Yeah, I saw this. Wolves apparently willing to take 35 million for Ruben Neves. What I'm reading, going a bit deeper into this Wolves story, is that they're going to start breaking that team up now. Apparently the investment and all that from George Mendes and all his connections, it's going to start slowly decreasing. The manager's gone, and a couple of their players are going to go as well. Now, Fabrizio Romano, listen, we know he's not always gospel, but he does get a lot of them right. He came out yesterday and said that Basuma, a player that I know a lot of Arsenal fans want, he said that Basuma, that Liverpool are now at the front of the queue to get him. It's believed Liverpool have moved ahead of Arsenal in the race to get Basuma. Gini Wijnaldum, it's been announced today, will join Barcelona on a free transfer, and Liverpool see Basuma as a replacement. Now, even though Basuma is an Arsenal fan, clearly he's good friends with Pepe and Gabriel. If we take out the emotion of us being Arsenal fans, would you go to Arsenal ahead of Liverpool? Not a chance. You know, you're going to go and play for Jurgen Klopp, Champions League, great team. Arsenal not in Europe. And Fabrizio actually went on to say that Arsenal are not even desperate to sign Basuma. He was saying that, you know, he's on a list, but he's not the top priority. And the impression I was kind of getting is that he was saying Basuma is not necessarily the type of player that they think they need next to Thomas Partey. And I think what they're looking at is maybe a ball-playing centre mid rather than Basuma, who's a bit more energetic, win the ball back, interceptions. I think they feel they've kind of got that a little bit with Thomas Partey already. Would you guys take Ruben Neves? 30 to 35 million. Good player. Hasn't had a good season. And listen, Arsenal aren't being linked with him. I think the story is just that Ruben Neves would be allowed to leave for around 30 to 35 million. Would you guys take Ruben Neves? What are your thoughts on this Fabrizio Romano story, if it's true that Liverpool are now the favourites to sign Basuma and that Arsenal are not even looking at him as a top priority? That, for me, is an absolute shambles. If Arsenal aren't looking at him. I do get it. You know, you look at an Ndidi, a ball winner, they put a ball player next to him in Tielemans. And then you've got your number 10 in front of Maddison. I think Arsenal, we heard a lot of stories last year that Arsenal wanted Aouar to play next to Thomas Partey, the big physical presence in Partey and the ball player in Aouar. I'm not sure if they look at Basuma as the ideal partner for Thomas Partey, but we'll see. But I have to admit I'm disappointed because I thought Basuma looked fantastic the other day and he's had a great season. And this to me just shows Edu and these guys, their incompetence. Dan said Basuma over Neves all day. Fabian said I'm taking both. Arsenal probably wouldn't spend that kind of money. According to another rumour, Basuma is off to Liverpool, as I was saying. Yeah, Basuma has the most tackles in the Prem this season. Also with the AFCON in Feb would be a madness. This could be another thing that affects transfer dealings. You know, you'd be looking at Partey, Basuma if we got him, El Neni if he's still at the club, Pepe, Aubameyang. You know, all these guys, African Nations Cup in January, February would be missing for maybe 4 or 5 weeks. So we will have to see, but I have to admit I'm disappointed to hear that Arsenal are not the favourites to sign Basuma and apparently are not even at the front of the queue. They don't even see him as a priority. That baffles me. But hey, it's Arsenal. Aouar reported 25 to 27 million. Yeah, I read 30 million euros. So I think it's around 26, 27 million pounds, as you say. Rivs, problem with this deal. I'm reading that Juventus are interested in him now. Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo, all that kind of thing. Can we convince? Do Arsenal have that kind of pull in this transfer market, you know? I did a show earlier with DG, Deluded, on his channel. And we were talking about, you know, do Arsenal have that same pull? I know Mikel Arteta keeps saying players will still want to come to Arsenal and we're still a massive club. Yeah, that's fine. But the reality is agents, players, they're going to be like, okay, I was going to say World Cup next year. I need to be playing at the best level possible. No Europe is a massive hindrance for Arsenal. We might be a giant in terms of structure, fan base, history, all of that. But these players nowadays, I don't think they care as much about all that. They want to know, how much can you pay me? How good is your team? How good is your manager? What type of style of football do you play? Are you in the Champions League? They're the questions that agents are asking. Our would be great. Our wants Picasso football and Basuma. I think the midfield needs the most surgery. I agree. Seb said, let's be real, Curtis. We're only going to sign Chelsea rejects because the club has no ambition. Big up Tony C. Said, smash the likes up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Shritik said, hi, Curtis. Willian couldn't get into Cheltenham's team. How is he thinking about Chelsea? He must have had a dream. I don't know what kind of dream this guy's had, but he ain't going to Chelsea. Big up DG in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. Go and subscribe to his channel. I did a show with him today. Very good chat. He'll be back on here on Friday as well. Have to present a solid project to these new players. And that's it. And I think where it could be more difficult this year over last year is Mikel Arteta was in a very good place last summer, because he could have said to a signing, look, you come to Arsenal this time last summer. He could have said, right, we've just won the FA Cup. I've only had 6 months at the club, and look what I've done already. Imagine when I make new signings. We can win the Europa League. We can get top 4. Aubameyang's on fire. We're going places. Right now, if he's trying to sign me as a player, I'm looking at it going, you're not in Europe. That worries me. There's question marks over the manager's future. That worries me, because if I'm going to commit to that manager and in 4 months they sack him, where do I stand as a player? There's uncertainty over your owners, that the fans are protesting. Is the owner going to stay or not? These kind of things affect players, man, because you're thinking, what's this situation going to look like in 6 months' time? So the project, and there's now talk of Edu. There's now talk of Edu potentially being sacked and investigated. So the guy that's even negotiating the transfer, he could be getting sacked anytime soon. So there's so much instability at the football club at the moment. That causes difficulties to make players commit. I think Mikel Arteta needs to get this thing out of his head sometimes, that it's Arsenal players who want to come in. Not really. Some players, yeah, maybe you can get a player from a lesser club, or you can get a player from Real Madrid that can't get a kick. But the players that everyone wants, everyone's talking about Basuma right now. Basuma said openly he loves Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. He's good friends with Pepe. You saw him and Pepe arm in arm after the game the other day, taking pictures, putting them on the gram. He loves Arsenal. He would love to play for Arsenal. But the reality is, his agent will be saying, I've had Jurgen Klopp on the phone. I know you love Arsenal, but Champions League, Liverpool, Fabinho next year, Thiago. What are you going to do at Arsenal with Granit Xhaka? And this is the reality. Sometimes these guys turn down deals even though they want to join the club. So it is what it is. As I said, and big up DG, smash the like button, folks. Should be 600. We'll get there, people. We sometimes, as fans, what we do, and we all do it, we think with emotion. We're Arsenal fans, so to us, Arsenal is the dream move. We would turn down everyone to go to Arsenal because of how we feel about the club. 95% of these players who play for Arsenal, they're not Arsenal fans. They're at Arsenal because it's best for them at the time. Now, at the moment, I'm seeing 2 types of deals happen at Arsenal. There's a Gabriel, who we signed from Lille. 22, just turned 23. He's a player that might have looked at Arsenal and thought, right, that's a step up from Lille, although Lille have just won the league in France. But he would have looked at Arsenal as, that's a step up. I'll be on a bigger platform. Maybe I'll get in the Brazil squad. I'll double my wage. But he might have looked at Arsenal as a stepping stone, like, right, I'll go Arsenal for 3 years, then I'll go Barcelona in 3 years. So you've got a younger player like that maybe looks at Arsenal as a stepping stone. Then you've got the older player, the David Luiz, the Willian, the guy at the back end of his career that thinks, you know what, I need a solid contract at a good club to see out my career. And that's the flip side of it. We need to start signing players at their best, at their prime, where they come in and hit the ground running. But it's the system, it's the philosophy. We speak about this all the time. You can sign quality individual players, but if the collective isn't working, you're going to struggle. That's what we've seen this year. For me, Arsenal have a better team than West Ham. West Ham have got Fabianski in goal. They've got Jared Bowen, who came from the Championship. They've got Souček and Kufal, who came from Slavia Prague. You know, players that haven't got no massive amount of pedigree, but they're doing the job because when they sign for that team, the system just works straight away. When you sign for a team and the system's set and you know how you're going to play, it's much easier to walk into. At Arsenal, we're individual brilliance FC. We're moments FC at the moment, you know. Little bit of magic from Pepe, bang, we win the game against Brighton. Did we play great against Brighton? Not really. First half, we were boring. Second half, we got a little bit better, you know. We went to Crystal Palace the other day. First half, we were okay. Second half, we disappeared. We win the game. Bit of individual brilliance. Great ball in from Odegaard. There's the goal. Third goal. Bit of quality from Pepe. There's the goal. How many times are we stringing 5, 6, 7 passes together, opening a team up, bang, there's the goal. Team goals. That's what we have to work on. You know, that's what we have to work on. But hey, Samari will be lit. He's a very good player, man. Very, very good player. Right, there's my little Arsenal. Man said hit and hope FC. Brad, I hear you on that. Arsenal team finishing 8th. Arsenal team celebrating finishing 8th. Oh, dear me. Right, let's have a look at this England squad. Gareth Southgate, another manager that sends everyone a bit mad. But here's the England squad. 26 players you can take to the Euros. He's named a squad of 33. I believe he's just done this to give himself more time. I don't think he wants to make them tough decisions yet. He's tried to buy himself another week to make those decisions. So here's the squad anyways. Pick 4 goalkeepers: Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale. So obviously there's 33 here, and on June the 1st, he has to name 26. So 7 of these players are going to be dropped. In defence, he's picked Trent, Chilwell, Cody, Godfrey, Reece James, Maguire, Mings, Luke Shaw, Stones, Trippier, Kyle Walker, and Ben White. Ben White and Godfrey are the 2 surprises. Neither one of them have had caps for England yet. I think someone just put there in the comment, and I tweeted it. The first one for me in defence that I would ask questions about is Tomori at AC Milan. That guy was quality for Chelsea last year. He's gone to AC Milan. He's had a fantastic season over there, and they finished 2nd in Serie A. And yet this guy's been totally ignored. If I'm sitting 2nd in Italy, I finished above Juventus, and I haven't been picked in a 33-man England squad for people like, no disrespect, Connor Cody and Tyrone Mings. That for me is insane. You know, you're picking a guy from Wolves who finished like 11th, 12th in the league. I don't think Connor Cody is anything special. And I don't think Tyrone Mings is anything special. So AC Milan apparently want to sign Tomori for 28 million. I do not get that. You know, was he not watching him this season? Seems like he's just ignored him. So I don't get that one. Definitely don't get that one. Ben White's been decent for Brighton. It'll be interesting to see if he makes the final squad. Tyrone Mings as well hasn't had a great season for me. I think obviously the interesting thing here, where all the debate is around, is this right back position. Number 1, Wan-Bissaka left out of the squad completely. I think most people expected it, but still harsh on him. You know, as you said here, one of the best one-on-one fullbacks. He's gone with Trent, Trippier, Reece James, and Kyle Walker. Now, I think we all know one of those 4 is getting dropped. And the thing what I find unbelievable is that Trent is the one being talked about to be dropped. Now, I don't know your guys' opinion on this, and I hope you can let me know in the comments. I personally think Trent's one of the best right backs in the world. I would go as far as that. Yeah, we can look at him and say, okay, defensively, he's not quite as good as Reece James, or he's not quite as good as a Wan-Bissaka. Dani Alves was not an unbelievable defender. I didn't see Pep Guardiola saying, oh, I'm going to leave out Dani Alves because defensively he's not a world beater. No, the fact is Dani Alves is one of the best ball-playing fullbacks in world football. Trent, for me, in European football, international football, where the game's a lot slower, a lot more difficult to break teams down, I would rather have Trent at right back because his delivery is better than anyone in this England team. He can put that ball on Harry Kane's head. He can score free kicks. He can deliver a set piece like no other, in my opinion. Kyle Walker is a very, very quick fullback. He's had a pretty good season at Man City. But I think, yeah, Walker was always going to go. And he can play right of a back three as well. I do like Reece James. I am a fan of Reece James. I think he's a very good player. But I don't understand the slander towards Trent Alexander. I don't get it. The guy is a Champions League winner. He's a Premier League winner. He's got one of the best deliveries probably in Europe. And yet we're going, well, defensively, he's not a world beater. Oh, who cares? Who cares, mate? Get him forward. And I think it's exaggerated about his defending. People act like he can't defend at all. You know, you don't win a Champions League if you can't defend. I've seen him wrap up Leroy Sané. And so it's a tricky one. I think he'll probably leave Trent out. He loves Trippier for some reason. I know Trippier has just won La Liga with Atletico, but I'm honestly not a big fan of Kieran Trippier. I think he's just an average, solid defender. And I don't get all the hype around Trippier. For me, Trippier gets nowhere near the England squad. In my opinion, I wouldn't have him in there. I know he has won the league, but he was banned for 10 games for betting on games and results. So, hey, it is what it is. And like you said, Brazil didn't care about Marcelo and Dani Alves and all that. Trippier's got experience, but what has that experience ever done for us, you know? I mean, you're saying here, Reece Champions League finalist, Trippier La Liga winner, Walker double winner, Trent third place. But the reality is, Trent's got the Champions League medal in the trophy cabinet, you know? Reece James might win it, might not win it. So him or Walker, one of them won't. I think it's too easy to say that. Trippier is a liability. Let's have a look through the rest of the squad. Into midfield, Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, despite missing most of the season, but he makes it. Then you got Jesse Lingard makes the squad. I suppose, listen, from January till the end of the season, Jesse Lingard he's answered the questions, man. He's had a fantastic 6 months at West Ham. He's made the difference. He's helped them get into Europe. And I think, listen, he's done enough to earn that place in the squad. You know, whether you're a big fan of Jesse Lingard or not, he's probably earned that right. Mason Mount, who's had a good season. Calvin Phillips, who I think is a decent midfielder. Declan Rice, I know they rate him highly. And James Ward-Prowse. Obviously, no Dele Alli and no James Maddison. They're the two big, midfield players that have been left out. GB said Lingard over Maddison is a joke, absolute joke. I think a lot of the thing with Maddison is he's been involved in one or two little issues at Leicester. You know, England, they don't like them kind of things, man. I do think Maddison is a good player. Lingard has finished the season better than Maddison, but I think people would have still expected Maddison to be in a 33-man squad at least. So I think that's quite harsh, Maddison not getting in there. Dele Alli, there was rumours of him getting in, but he hasn't done anything all season, Dele Alli. No Harry Winks. Yeah, I'm delighted with that. I don't rate him. I think he's massively overrated. Where is Joe Willock? Yeah, Willock, all them goals not even considered. But I didn't expect him to get in. Big up Fran, he said, yes, people. Samuel said Konza over Mings. Yeah, a lot of people saying Konza is the better centre-back out of the two at Aston Villa. But someone put earlier, I think because of the left-footed thing with Mings is kind of, why he gets selected. Fabian said it's awkward form versus proven quality, and that's it. Jesse Lingard is in form. And I think the problem is because of the position that Maddison plays kind of in that number 10 kind of attacking midfield role, you can drop a Foden, a Grealish, a Lingard, a Mason Mount. They can all kind of play in that position, and they've all been in pretty good form. So I think that's the problem. We've got a lot of those kind of number 10s at the moment, so it's difficult. As I said, Tomori for me is is ludicrous that he's not in this squad in a 33. If I'm his agent, I'm saying, hang on a minute. This guy was at Chelsea last year, had a great season, has a fallout with a manager, happens in football, goes to AC Milan, one of the biggest clubs in the world football historically. He gets Milan in the Champions League. They finish second. He's had a great season. They want to sign him on a permanent. And you're telling me Tomori gets left out for Connor Cody, Tyrone Mings and players like that. That, for me, makes no sense. I really don't get how Tomori is not in a squad of 33. I do like Godfrey. I think he's had a decent season at Everton. Ben White's not bad on the ball. We then go into the attackers. In fact, even the Leicester fan here said Maddison doesn't deserve it for what he did off the pitch. I mean, fair enough. That's a Leicester fan telling us there as well. People saying Tomori, best defender for AC Milan. Tomori having a great season. Absolute crazy that he doesn't make the squad. I would take out Ben White, Cody and Mings to replace with Konza and Tomori. Mr. Waistcoat, man, you know, they might be calling him Mr. Waistman by the end of this tournament. Konza is a lot better than Mings. There you go, Fran saying it. Let's look at the attacking players. Calvert-Lewin, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Mason Greenwood makes it, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling, and Ollie Watkins. So I suppose in the striker category, Danny Ings is the one that will probably feel a little hard. Ollie Watkins ahead of Danny Ings. I think that's a little bit harsh, if I'm honest. I think Danny Ings scored over 20 goals last season. I think this season it was less, but yeah, I'm surprised that Ollie Watkins gets in ahead of Danny Ings. I got to be honest. Looking through the squad, I mean, Gaurav there saying Patrick Bamford. I didn't expect Patrick Bamford to go. If I'm being honest, he has had a good season. I'm still not sure how good Patrick Bamford is, though. Samuel said Tomori should have made it to the England squad for the Euros. He's done well this season to earn that spot over the likes of Mings, Cody, and Ben White as well. He is a promising young defender. Ings and Cresswell. I think with Cresswell, he's had a great season at West Ham. I think he's one of the top assist makers in the league. But Luke Shaw's had a very good year at Man United. He has been good this year. And Chilwell has had a bit of an up and down season, but he's a £50 million left back at Chelsea. You know, the numbers alone get him in the squad. Man said Gareth Waistcoat. Where's Dele Alli? He's left him out. Yeah, there were rumours Dele Alli might get in, but didn't get in. Big up to Johnny AFC. He said, shout me out, Big C. Your channel helped me through dark days, bro. Bless you. Hey, big up, man. Hope you're well. Hope things are looking up for you. And listen, happy that the channel can help people, man. That's what it's all about. As I say, you guys help me as well with your great feedback and, you know, your support. It's much appreciated. He said, no, Tammy. Nah. I didn't want Tammy anywhere near this, man. I didn't want Tammy near this England squad. 7 players have to be dropped from this squad. This has to be cut down to 26. People saying Smith Rowe should be in there as well. I think because of the position, that number 10 role, Foden, Grealish, Mount, they're all ahead of him at the moment. You should do an England 11. That would be a good one, actually. That would be a good one. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that now. Should we do an England 11? What would the England 11 be for the Euros? I don't know who he's going to leave out. I mean, looking at this now, 4 goalkeepers. So one of the keepers, Ramsdale, will be dropped out of the goalkeepers. Looking in defence there, he's not going to take 4 right backs. So he's going to drop. He's going to drop Trent or Reece James or Trippier probably. He's definitely going to take Kyle Walker. He loves him. He seems to love Trippier as well. You could be right. You know, I think Saka could get dropped as well, unfortunately. He'll take a keeper out. He'll take a right back. He'll take one of the centre-backs out because you've got, Cody, Maguire, Stones, White. That's 4. And Mings 5. Godfrey 6. And Walker can play centre-back. So in my opinion, he'll take out a goalkeeper, a right back, and maybe 2 centre-backs. I think he'll leave he'll leave in Maguire, Stones. Ollie Watkins got to come out. Ollie Watkins doesn't go to the Euros for me. I wouldn't take him. I don't think he's at the moment good enough to go and win as a Euros. And then looking at the attacking players, when you look at that attacking group, I'm probably looking at Watkins, Saka, and Greenwood. Not necessarily who I would drop, but who he's probably going to drop, because Greenwood hasn't been picked that much. Saka, I mean, Darren said here 7 players to go: Ramsdale, Godfrey, White, Ward-Prowse, Trent, Saka, and Watkins. I mean, the Trent thing is crazy. Maguire, what's the situation with Maguire? I don't know. I think they said he's fit for the Euros. I think there's question marks over whether he makes the Europa League final. Is where all the question marks are at the moment. Why not? Let's pick an England squad. Let's pick an England. No, in fact, let's pick the team. Let's pick our team. I want your feedback, guys. Give me your feedback. This will definitely cause controversy as well, because we'll always disagree. We'll pick the England team. First game of the Euros. Everyone's fit. Everyone's available. Let's pick the team. Man said the fridge. Yeah, Amir, I think the fridge is available. In goal, I'm going for Pickford. And the only reason I'm going for Pickford, because I don't particularly rate Pickford, right? But I do think Pickford has played well for England in goal. I have not been fully convinced by that Henderson at Man United yet. So I'm not totally sure whether I would go with him. I'm picking him at right back. I've bigged him up that much. I can't reject it now. I'm playing Trent. A lot of people will play James and Walker. Some of you would you have even gone Wan-Bissaka? I am picking Trent because for me, he can make a difference from right back. He can put that cross in that wins us the game. He can score the free kick. I've seen Kyle Walker play right back for England, and he's up and down. He makes mistakes. I think Reece James is good. I do like Reece James. I could hear that argument. Rising Baller says James, and you've actually got a Liverpool badge, so that says a lot. Walker is quality. He is, but I don't think he's amazing for England. I got to be honest. But I do like Reece James. I would understand anyone who said Reece James. But I'm going with Trent. 2 centre-backs. I mean, he's going to play the fridge. Let's be totally honest. The fridge is playing. He's captain as well, by the way. In fact, he plays left centre-back, don't he? He's definitely going to play. There's no doubt. And he's going to play John Stones. John Stones had a great season, but it's different next to Ruben Diaz as it is playing next to, the fridge. It'd be interesting how that would work. He's going to go with them two. Left back is an interesting one. Do you know what? I would go with Luke Shaw just for the fact that he's got a partnership with Maguire. And I think sometimes it's important to build them partnerships around the pitch where the fridge makes it, man. Like, listen, you got to be honest. I know he gets a lot of slander, but when he's not in Man United's defence, it's a worse defence. It is actually a worse defence. The fridge makes it, man. I'm taking him. And he's a beast from set pieces. I'll go for Luke Shaw at left back because I think he's got a solid partnership next to Harry Maguire, and I think he could take that in. Trent only looks good with Van Dijk. We haven't really seen him enough for England, but I hear you. We go into midfield. It's where it gets interesting. And I know the midfield I'm picking all day long, by the way, the midfield too. Got to have that experience. Got to have that leadership for me. He's a player that I looked at 4 or 5 years ago. I used to banter my Liverpool mates about Henderson. Say, this guy's garbage, mate. He's a fake Gerrard. I don't rate him. We are weak in the middle of midfield. And I think that Jordan Henderson is vital. He's a leader. He knows how to win big trophies now at Liverpool. And Henderson, for me, you get him fit and you play him. You've got to get him in there. This is where I would take the risk. Is it even a risk? But this is just me. He hasn't even got a picture on it. I want to unearth a star. England won't do this. Let's be honest. They're going to go and play Declan Rice, or they'll play Calvin Phillips or someone like that. Jude Bellingham, for me, is an absolute. He is going to be a superstar. For me, he's already a top player. This guy's 17, scoring goals top corner against Manchester City in the Champions League. You say that though, I can see you laughing there. Who would you play ahead of him? Because all right, you can say a Declan Rice. Cool, Declan Rice had a good season at West Ham. Bellingham's just scored Champions League quarter-final against Man City. So if I'm Jude Bellingham and you're talking about Declan Rice, I'll be like, hang on a minute, mate. I've played on a higher level than this guy. When you say CDM, no, I would let him be the one who can go. And obviously the one in front as well can help out as well. Rice and Henderson for me is too that's just stiff. England will be out by the quarterfinals when we play a team with some silk. You know, I just don't know about that. I don't know how that works. Man. Rice and Henderson is stiff. You know, he's just got I need some silk in there, man. Bellingham's got silk, fam. You know what I mean? I know some of you will find it controversial. Celtic are back to bring in Eddie Howe. Why couldn't we have looked at him? Way better than Arteta, the bloody old firm of better management. Eddie Howe at Arsenal. Big up Robbie with a super chat, man. A lot of people saying Rice for Hendo. Bellingham is a no-brainer. Experience matters. Listen, we're all gonna disagree. We're all gonna disagree on it. That's what makes football so good. Rice and Henderson is unbalanced. I just don't see who gets on the ball and makes anything happen with them two. You know, Bellingham has 2 red cards. He's a ball. No, listen. To me, I think England need to get out of that whole mindset of just go with proven and what we've gone with in the past, and that gets England knocked out. It always does. Even Kyle Walker, I look at Kyle Walker, I'm like, nah, man, he's got a mistake in him, you know? I'm trying to think, does he actually play 4-2-3-1 with a number 10? This number 10 role is interesting because really, this is a tricky one, you know. I've actually hit a stumbling block here because I'm thinking who would play in what formation, because you've got to squeeze and this is the problem, because all 3 of these players that you've just named could play in the 10. Now people are saying Grealish, and I love Grealish. Grealish doesn't play in the 10. He plays off the left for Aston Villa. But then am I leaving out Mason Mount? And I don't think I would play Mason Mount and Jack Grealish in the same team. Oh, this is a tough one because I actually like Grealish more than Mason Mount. Then what do I do? Just go with pace out wide. You know, I should have thought about this before doing it, shouldn't I? Grealish does play left wing. Some people saying Foden. Mount 10, Grealish left wing. Grealish left wing. But then we need pace. Surely we need some pace out wide. Mount and Grealish playing a 3-man midfield. That's the thing. That's the problem. Can Grealish... I don't think Grealish would help the midfield out much in the 10 role. That's the problem. I'm gonna go with Mount. I don't think Mount's better than Grealish, but I think he plays that role better. Grealish plays off the left. Grealish plays off the left for Villa, and I think, you know, if I was playing Henderson and Bellingham, there's going to be a time where Bellingham runs off. I don't know if Grealish would help enough in that 10. He is versatile. But I don't know whether it offers balance, man. He likes hugging that touchline and cutting inside. No, Grealish won't start. Grealish won't start for England, man. Thingy doesn't like him. Southgate don't like him. Mount plays in the 8. Foden on the 10. Foden over Mount. You don't need pace to play on the wing. It's a tricky one, isn't it? You know what? Someone threw it at me. I should have planned it. I'm just thinking, if we was under the cosh, Mason Mount's got a crazy engine, you know, to help the other 2 midfielders, where I think Grealish and Foden I don't know whether they'd help out. And you know what? You know, England don't keep the ball enough. Let's go out wide. Let's go out wide. All right, let me pick the striker. We're all going to agree on that. Mr. Harold will be up front. Give me your wingers, because now we've got a massive dilemma, because you're picking between Rashford, Sterling, Grealish, Sancho, and Foden. I mean, even Saka, but let's be honest. Saka ain't playing in the Euros. Saka ain't playing in the Euros. This is a tough one. This is very tough. I'm not going to lie, right? I'm a bit of a pace merchant on FIFA. I love pace. I think I need at least one who can run. I'm going to go for... This is hard, man, because I love Jadon Sancho, but he's not going to play. Sancho, let's be honest, Sancho ain't starting in the Euros. He's not starting in the Euros. Sterling's actually had a poor season. All right, let me do elimination. I'm not starting Raheem Sterling. I think he's had a bad season, and I think people are playing better than him going into this. I'm not starting Raheem Sterling, in my opinion. People saying it's your team. I know. Let's have a look. So on the left, you got what? Grealish, Rashford, Sterling. I'm going for Rashi. Fed the kids and he's going to feed Harry Kane. I'm going for Rashford. Bit of individual brilliance, bit of pace. He can open the game up. I know. I can see, man. A lot of man don't like Rashford, did it? A lot of man don't like Rashford, but I'm going for it. I'm not going for Sterling. The thing is, I do want a winger with pace. I want a winger with pace, man. Rashford's got that bit of individual quality for me that can just... Listen, some of you won't agree. Listen, give me your ones. Give me your ones in the comments. Give me your ones on the comments. Man saying Greenwood. Come on, bro. Greenwood plays on the right. No one's picking Greenwood on the left over Marcus Rashford. Man can't just... And man saying, nah, Saka over Rashford. No chance. No chance. Never. Sancho is our best winger. It's not close. I do like him. But Jadon, this one's tight. I'm thinking this one's a toss-up for me between Sancho and Foden on the right. If I was playing Trent at right back, I'm picking Phil Foden. Because I think that balance. Foden's going to drift into here. Start feeding Harry Kane. You got Trent on that mad overlap. Yo, this team brings football home, people. I know you're in the comments now going mad. Oh, my God, you've left out Jadon Sancho. Sterling, for me, has had a bad season. And I actually don't think Sterling is all that for England. I got to be honest. Man saying Grealish, Mount Sancho. Yeah, I do like that, but horrible team. Can't believe Sancho and Grealish are out. Hey, here's what it is, man. Look at the season Phil Foden's just had. I can't leave him out. Maybe you could have put him in the 10 and played with two wingers and take Mason Mount out. But I think that midfield would have a lot of balance. Man said nothing's coming home. Bro, that team's bringing the trophy home. That team beats France in the final. Rashford over Sancho. Nah, bro, I'm telling you, Rashford, I believe in him in this tournament. He's going to do bits. Grealish left wing, Foden cam, Sancho on the right. Yeah. Grealish over Rashford. See, Grealish over Rashford, your front three's got no pace. Grealish, Foden and Kane, that's too slow, man. Where's your runner? You're going to have certain teams where you need pace, bro. You need pace. Rashford can run, he can shoot. Yeah, France is a different one still. But you know what it is? If you've got a quick player in your front three, you put them on the back foot. Listen, anyone who's watching this, and if you do this video after, I want to see your teams, because it's all right jumping in here saying, no, that team's rubbish. I want to know your team. And then I'm going to pick out your teams. Put your teams in the comments. I want to see your whole 11. Rashford has to start. Listen, for me, I think Rashford is very respected around the world. In England, we don't respect him. Same way Southgate don't respect Trent. All right, let me see John's. See, you've started with Henderson in goal, so I'm already struggling. But hey, we'll keep going. John said Trent, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Bellingham, Henderson. That's the same. You've gone Grealish 10, Sancho and Foden out wide with Kane. I'm not mad at that. I can see your thought process behind that. Grealish in the 10. That's my team, brothers. Former pros must know. Hey, come on, man. Listen, I'll never say anyone's team is wrong. But I just feel that team's got balance because you got Shaw and Rashford. Bear in mind, Shaw and Rashford play together at Man United. These two are going to have a little partnership. Rashford cuts inside, Shaw on the overlap. Here you would have Foden drifting, very hard to pick up. Trent on the overlap, whip, delivery, mate. Domino's pizza straight on Kane's big head. You got Mason Mount, he's just the engine. He's going to run all over the place like a lunatic. Henderson will sit and protect. Bellingham's the young baller. He'll go and do bits. Back four, I think, picks itself. You could argue the right back if you went for James. Pickford, for me, is a better keeper than Henderson. For England, I want to see your teams, man. What we got here? MO7, Pickford, Maguire, Stones, Trent, Shaw, Rice, Bellingham, Declan Rice. Okay, I'll hear it out. Mount in the Sancho, Grealish, Kane. Foden on the bench. It's a tough one. All about pieces that fit the puzzle, man. You know what I mean? Here we go. We got another Henderson. Trent, Stones, Maguire, Mount. So I don't know. I don't even think you've picked 11 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bro, you've only picked 10 players. So we're getting the first flight home. You've missed. Who have you missed out there? You missed out a left back, innit? So you're going Mount, Grealish, Henderson. You're playing Mount centre mid next to Hendo. Rashford, Foden, Kane. Let's get a couple more. Pickford, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, Trent, Rice, Bellingham, Rashford, Mount, Sancho, and Kane. So you're playing Kane through the middle, Sancho right, Rashford left. Listen, it is what it is, innit? Everyone's got different opinions. That's what makes football so great, man. You lot are going, that team's rubbish. I think that team will do very well. There's a lot of balance. I can't believe man are picking Henderson. I'm not that impressed with this Henderson, you know. Trent, Stones, Maguire, short right. A lot of man picking Rice, Mount, Grealish, centre mid, Sancho, Rashford, Kane. I like Sancho, man. Sancho's a shout. I'll keep Sancho. I think you can bring Sancho on. But hey, here's what it is, people. There's my team. It'll bring football home. Trust me, balance, people. All about balance. Let me get one more team in. Give me one more. South London's finest. Let me see what you've gone for. Pickford, Trent, Maguire, Stone, Short, Rice, Jude Bellingham, Grealish, Foden, Kane, Sancho. I'm not mad at it. I see why man want to do it. I just think Grealish, man, he don't really play in that 10 role. Bro, Henderson, I know he's had a quiet season, but the man's a Champions League winner, man. Sometimes you need a bit of experience. But listen, it is what it is. Southgate won't pick this team anyway. Southgate will pick friggin' Kieran Trippier and, you know, Jesse Lingard will probably start. You know what that guy's going to do anyway. So all of it's probably irrelevant. But hey, let's see what happens in the summer. Let's finish off with one bit of Arsenal news and then we're out of here, people. Something we can all agree on is that Arsenal are a bit of a mess. There's a rumour going around at the moment saying that Edu could be on his way out of Arsenal. Now, this rumour is coming from an investigation is going on at the moment in Brazil. One of the old presidents was banned from anything to do with Brazil and the Football Federation after leaving. Now, there've been recordings of phone calls where this former president has been communicating with Edu and other people, and there's a full investigation going off. This states, for me, Steve Bold will be the first of many to be sacked. I feel Edu is next in line with the Kroenkes. He wasn't in the director's box with Josh Kroenke, Vinay and Tim Lewis. Tim Lewis is somebody that has come in to handle business and finances. He's the guy that apparently found out that Raul Sanelli was brown enveloping, shall we say. The physiotherapist that Edu brought in has just been announced, obviously, that he'll be leaving the club. David Luiz, another player that he signed, has left. And Willian, who is another one of his recruits, is on his way out of the club as well. So it looks like they're getting rid of everyone involved with Edu and with Kia Jarachin. The club claimed that Richard Garlick, who is he's just started working at the club, will be focused entirely on contract issues. But after 5 years running all football matters at West Brom and 2 running the Premier League, this isn't Huss Farmy who just came in. So I think what he's saying here is, look, Huss Farmy came in to sort out transfers, whereas Richard Garlick is a proper football man. He knows a lot more football than just transfers. So they're saying that is he being lined up to take over from Edu? He has worked in scouting and recruitment. To limit him to contract negotiations alone wouldn't make sense. There's a lot he can offer. Like Raul, I feel Edu's job is on the line. I feel Josh Kroenke will sack Edu and entrust Garlick with running football's club operations. Very interesting. Very, very interesting when it comes to Arsenal. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot. Apparently, there's some big meetings over the next couple of days regarding Arsenal and what's going to happen moving forward. So I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that moving forward. People, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for joining me today. 900 of you in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, smash a like. I will be back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I will be doing a watch-along, 7:30 p.m. Europa League final watch-along. I know it will be painful for us Arsenal fans, but I will be here. Villarreal against Manchester United. Come and join me. We'll get some vibes. I'll be back at 2:30 as well tomorrow for an Arsenal update. And we will be doing the Champions League final on Saturday. Deluded will be on Friday. And lots more content coming up, people. Enjoyed the debate. Anybody watching this after, put your England team in the comments. Because it's all right telling me about my England team. My England team's winning the Euros, bro. It's bringing it home. You know what I mean? Give me your England team. I want to know what you're picking. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bless.